हेलो, क्या क्या उसके नाम से पोशिया डेस्टिमोना गुड मॉर्निंग गुड मॉर्निंग
All world is a stage, and all the men and women merely players. They have their exits and entrances, and one man at a time plays many parts.
Sturdy with the wordy Shakespeare. Quality of mercy is not straight. Such stuff as dreams are made. Off with his head, my phrases you'll know. This is the short and long of it. Brevity is the soul of wit. As good luck would have it, you can quote. I'm William shaking, I'm lazy with the phrasey Shakespeare. I was the greatest, I was ace. To find a letter writer, that's a wild goose chase. I was truly brilliant, which is why I say you can't have too much of everything. If music be the food of love, play on. High timeline, low birth, we're at the rodeo, the nation's red Lord Shakespeare. Shakespeare.
ship owners. His two friends, Solanio and Solario, work with him.
In all honesty, I really don't know why I'm so depressed.
Your mind is tossing on the ocean. It's out there with your cargo ship.
Believe me, sir, if I had such valuable cargo out in the ocean, my thoughts would be out there with it.
So don't deny it. You are depressed because you're worried about your merchandise.
No, believe me, I'm grateful for my good luck. My investments aren't all in one ship or in one place. My wealth doesn't depend on this year's tradings. So it's not my merchandise that's making me depressed.
Well then, you're in love.
Come on, come on.
Not in love either.
Three young men, Bassanio, Graciano, Lorenzo, were coming towards them. When Solanio recognized them, he showed his eagerness to pass their friend on to them.
Here comes the noble kinsman, Bassanio. Goodbye then. We will leave you to better company.
Now that you found Antonio, we leave you.
But don't forget that we are meeting for dinner.
Antonio tries to pull himself out of his dark mood.
Well now, Bassanio, what about this lady who's captured your heart? The one you promised you'd tell me about today.
My means. You are my main creditor, both in money and in affection.
Please, tell me, Bassanio. Your plan is as honorable as you are. My wallet, myself, and everything I have, and all at your disposal. Just tell me what you would like me to do.
There's a rich heiress in Vermont. She is beautiful, and even better, she has got wonderful qualities. I have seen favorable messages in her eyes that she loves me too. Her name is Portia. Many princes from different countries come in pursuit to marry her. Oh my dear friend Antonio, if I only had the means, a lot of money to compete with them, I'm sure that I'll win and marry Portia.
Well, you know that all my wealth is at sea. I don't have any ready cash, nor any merchandise to sell to raise the money at the moment. So go and find out how good my credit is immense. Stretch it to the limit. Find out your expedition, well, to the beautiful Portia. Go straight away and ask. I will as well.
Bassanio embraces Antonio happily and runs away to find someone who could lend money to him so that he could win. A close friend since the death of Portia's father. He wanted the right person for his daughter to get married. Her father's will states that any would-be husband of Portia's has to correctly complete a task. The men must choose from 3 caskets. One is made of gold, one silver, and the third lead. One of the caskets holds a portrait of Portia, and whoever chooses this one will become a husband.
My little body is tired of this great world. I can neither choose who I want, nor reject whom I don't like. So, the will of a living daughter is frustrated by the will of a dead father. Isn't it hard, Marissa, that I can neither choose nor refuse?
Your father was a great man, and great men often have inspiration on their deathbed. And so, the lottery of the 3 chests he devised, gold, silver, and lead, will no doubt ensure that you will love the one who makes the right choice. But what do you feel about those who have come?
Oh, please, you go through their names, and as you say them, I'll tell you how I feel about each one.
Firstly, how about the Neapolitan prince?
He's a frisky young colt. The only thing that he can talk about is his horse.
Secondly, how about the French gentleman?
I'd rather be married to a skull with a bone in its mouth than either of those. God defend me from those two.
Do you remember when your father was alive, a Venetian, a scholar and a soldier who came here with the Marquis of Montferrat?
Yes. That was Bassanio, I think his name was.
Oh, of all the men my foolish eyes have ever led upon, he was the most deserving of a beautiful lady like you.
I remember him well. He deserves your praise.
Thought would for a price immediately produce the money. He was almost certain to be successful in his Belmont project and the money would be repaid without any fuss. He entered the dingy streets of the Jewish quarter and knocked on the door of the biggest house in the district. Shylock was at home and he came out to him. Bassanio came straight to the point.
3,000 ducats. Well,
Yes, for 3 months.
for 3 months. Well,
Yes, which I said, Antonio will guarantee.
Antonio will guarantee it. Well, 3,000 ducats for 3 months. And Antonio will guarantee it.
Yes, yes. What's your answer?
He is a good man.
Have you heard any suggestions to the contrary?
Oh no. When I say he's a good man, I mean he is financially sound. But his wealth is at risk. One of his ships is bound for Tripoli, another for the Indies. Moreover, I have heard on the Rialto that a third is in Mexico and a fourth sailing in England and several others all over the place. But ships are only timber and sailors only men. Same way, there are land rats and sea rats. There are also land thieves and sea thieves. In other words, pirates. Then there are the dangers of gales, currents, rocks. Putting that aside though, the man is sound.
Of course.
I think I can accept his guarantee.
Of course. You can be sure.
I will make sure I can. To be sure, I'll think it over. May I talk to Antonio himself?
Of course. Come to dinner with us, if you like.
Yes, to smell meat and eat pork your prophet Nazareth cast devils into. I will buy from you, sell from you, talk with you, walk with you, and so on. But I will not eat with you, drink with you, nor play with you. What's the latest chat on the Rialto? And look who's coming here.
It's Signor Antonio.
Bassanio goes to meet his friend and Shylock watches them conferring closely together. Shylock feels hatred for him because he was a Christian, but more seriously because he generously lent out money without charging anything, which brought down the rate of interest in Venice. Shylock is excited because this could be his chance to catch him off guard and very effectively pay back some old scores. He doesn't realize that his friends are standing beside him talking to him.
Shylock, are you listening?
Oh, I'm merely calculating my assets. At a rough guess, I can't fully raise the sum of 3,000 ducats immediately. But it doesn't matter. Tubal, a wealthy Hebrew of my tribe, will give it to me. But wait, how many months do you need? Don't look so worried, sir. We're trying to help you.
Although I never lend nor borrow for profit, I'll break that rule even with my friend in his need. Does he know how much you want?
Of course.
Of course, you just heard me. 3,000 ducats.
And for 3 months.
Ah, yes, for 3 months. You did tell me that. 3,000 ducats for 3 months.
Well, Shylock, are you going to oblige us?
Signor Antonio, so many times on the Rialto, you have insulted my money and my money lending. I have always responded with a patient shrug, as it is the badge of all our race. You called me an unbeliever, a cutthroat dog, and spat on my Jewish gabardine. And now it seems that you are in need of my help. You come to me and you say, Shylock, we want some money. What do you expect me to say? You who spat on me last Wednesday and called me a dog. Shouldn't I say, has a dog got any money? Could a mongrel possibly lend 3,000 ducats? Or shall I respond in the soft, humble voice of a fawning servant? Dear sir, you spat on me last Wednesday. Another time, you called me a dog.
And for all these courtesies, I lend you so much money?
I am just as likely to call you out again and spit on you again and kick you too. If you lend this money, don't lend it as you would your friends. Rather lend it to your worst enemy, who if fails to repay you, you can exact the penalty in good conscience.
Why, look at the way you're raging. I only want to be friends with you and have your high regard. Forget the indignities you stain me with. I'll lend you so much money and not take a penny of interest. This is kindness I'm offering.
This is kindness.
I'll prove it's kindness. Come and meet an attorney. Give the instruction for this playful contract. And just for fun, if the money is not repaid in such and such a place, in such and such a time, let the forfeit be a full pound of your good flesh to be cut off from whichever part of the body I choose.
I'll sign such a contract and say that the Jew is full of kindness.
You mustn't sign such a contract for me. He's asking you your pound of flesh if you fail to repay this amount.
Come on, I won't forbid it. Within the next 2 months, that's a month before the contract expires, I'm expecting a return of 9 times the value of this loan.
Yes.
Yes, Shylock, I'll sign this contract.
Then meet me at the Dolly's immediately. Give the instructions for this playful contract, and I'll go and get the money.
Goodbye to you then, gentle Jew.
I don't like such fair terms from such a crew.
Come on, there's no cause for concern. My ship's are due home a month before the contract expires.
Well then, what's the news of the Rialto?
There's a rumor going around that one of Antonio's most richly laden ship has been destroyed in the channel. If the stories are true.
What? What are you talking about? Well then, the end result is that he has lost his ship.
Shylock is going somewhere in a hurry.
Here comes the devil. Hello, Shylock. What's the news among the merchants?
Tell us now whether have you heard that Antonio had any loss at sea or not?
That's another bad deal I have. A bankrupt, a prodigal, a beggar. He better honor his bond.
Well, if he fails to pay, you won't take his flesh, would you? What could he use it for?
To feed fish. If it'll feed nothing, it'll feed my revenge. He has insulted me and obstructed me 500,000 times. He's thwarted my deals, mocked my games, scorned my race. And what's his reason? That I'm a Jew? If a Christian wrongs a Jew, what's the recourse? Revenge. And if a Jew wrongs a Christian, what's the penalty? Revenge, of course.
The two watch each other, exchanging glances, mocking to each other.
Greetings, gentlemen. Antonio is waiting at his house to meet both of you.
We have been looking everywhere for you.
Shylock's friend, Tubal, enters the scene.
Shylock! Ah, good, Tubal, you're here. Any news about Antonio?
Antonio has bad luck.
What? Bad luck? Bad luck, you say?
He has lost a merchant ship coming from Tripoli.
I thank God. Is it true?
Ask some of the sailors who survived the wreck.
Oh, thank you, good Tubal. Good luck at last. I'll plague him, I'll torture him, and I'll be thrilled to do it. Go, Tubal, get me a lawyer. Give him 2 weeks of notice. I'll have his pound of flesh near to his heart. Once he's removed from Venice, I'll be able to do business my way.
High on the hill that overlooked the blue sky. She was scared of him, making the wrong choice in selecting the right casket and leaving, never to return. She stops and takes his hand.
Wait a while. Stay a day or two before you take the gamble. If you choose wrong, I'll lose you.
Don't worry. Let me choose.
Companions had already assembled. Bassanio walks slowly, thoughtfully to the caskets. Bassanio stops at the lead casket. Portia grips Nerissa's hand. He raises the lid, reaches in, and lifts the contents out. Portia is scared. She doesn't want to lose Bassanio.
What do I find here? The beautiful Portia's portrait!
Portia is very delighted. She takes a ring off her finger and puts it on his finger. Graciano comes forward and expresses his desire to get married to Nerissa. Graciano, on his knees, proposes Nerissa, and she gives her hand to him, and both the couples are very happy. Bassanio is roaming in his place. A complete silence surrounds the room. Solario hands over a letter to Bassanio. Bassanio reads the letter carefully. He is devastated to read that Antonio's ships are all miscarried and that he is ready to die and longing to see Antonio for one last time. Portia offers to help his friend and gives him 6,000 ducats and asks him to bring his friend Antonio back once the loan is paid to Shylock. Bassanio and Graciano say goodbye to Portia and Nerissa. Solanio, the court officials and the merchants and many well-wishers of Antonio who had come to observe the trial all went silent as the Duke entered the scene. He sat down behind his raised bench.
Antonio's here, is he?
Ready at your pleasure, Your Grace.
I'm sorry for you. You have come to answer a stony adversary, an inhuman wretch, incapable of pity and devoid, even for a drop of mercy.
Your Grace, I'll encounter his anger. Your Grace, I'll encounter his anger with patience. I'll resign myself to submit to his merciless rage.
Go, one of you, and call the Jew Shylock into the court.
He's waiting at the door, my lord. Here he comes, my grace.
Make way for him. Let him stand before me.
The court was crowded and they moved to make way for Shylock, who strode in and bowed curtly to the Duke.
Shylock, you are now demanding the penalty. A pound of this poor merchant's flesh. You will not only waive the penalty, but, touched with human gentleness and love, you will waive some of the debt as well.
Shylock remains silent and stares at the Duke.
We all expect a gentle answer, Jew.
I've told Your Grace what my intentions are. I've sworn by our holy Sabbath to get the full penalty for failure to pay the bond. If you're denied to me, then you're undermining your city's constitution and the rule of law. You ask me why I'd rather have a pound of dead flesh than receive 3,000 ducats? Well, I won't answer that.
Bassanio, incensed, is unable to stop himself from shouting out.
This is no excuse for a cruelty, you callous man.
I don't have to please you with my answers.
Please, Bassanio, you may as well do any hard thing than try to soften the hardest, his Jewish heart. So I beg you, do not try any further, and to let me receive the judgment and the Jew his will as soon as possible.
Bassanio ignores his friend's pleas. Instead, he snaps his fingers and Graciano hands him a leather bag. Bassanio goes slowly across the tense courtroom till he faces Shylock. He holds the bag out to him.
Here is 6,000 ducats instead of 3,000.
If every ducat in the 6,000 ducats were multiplied by 6, I still wouldn't take the money. I want my bond. I want Antonio's flesh.
The Duke sighs. He shakes his head sadly.
How can you hope for mercy by not giving any yourself?
What judgment should I fear when I have done nothing wrong? The pound of flesh that I demand was expensive. It's mine, and I'm going to have it. If you deny it to me, then shame on your law. I stand for justice. Answer, will I have it?
There was an uproar as the merchants noisily urged the Duke to dismiss Shylock's suit. The Duke held up his hand for silence.
According to the power invested in me by the state, I'm able to dismiss the court. But I've sent for Dr. Bellario, a young and a learned lawyer, to resolve his case.
I'm fully briefed on the case. Now which is the merchant and which the Jew?
Antonio and Shylock, both come forward.
Is your name Shylock?
Shylock is my name.
Your case is an unusual one. However, it stands up legally and Venetian law can't challenge its validity. You're in some danger in this suit of his, aren't you?
Yes, that's what he claims.
Do you admit it is dead?
I do.
Then the Jew will have to be merciful.
On whose authority must I? Tell me that.
The quality of mercy is not straight.
Regarding half your wealth, it goes to Antonio. The other half go to the state.
No, take my life. Do not forgive me. When you take the means by which I live, you are actually taking my life.
Beg for permission to hang yourself.
But of course, you won't have enough money to buy him in a room, so you'll have to be hanged at the state's expenses.
The Duke gives Graciano a look that silences him.
What mercy can you give him, Antonio?
A free roam! Nothing else but a free roam!
Well, if it pleases my lord, let the court give him back one half of his property, provided that I may use the other half as long as Shylock lives. But upon his death, let the entire property go to his son-in-law Lorenzo and his daughter.
Are you satisfied, Jew?
I am content.
Clerk, ride away and let Shylock sign it.
No, please, let me go home. I am not well. Send the will afterwards and I'll sign it.
Go then. Make sure to sign it.
I will.
Shylock rises unsteadily to his feet and begins to make his way slowly to the door.
I invite you to my home for dinner. I humbly beg your grace's pardon. I have to go to Padua tonight and I must leave soon.
Antonio, reward this gentleman because, in my opinion, you have seriously indebted to him.
When the Duke and his guards left, Bassanio smiled at Portia and offered to give her 3,000 ducats, but she pushed the money away.
Satisfaction is good enough payment. In rescuing you, I've achieved satisfaction. So I regard myself as having been well paid. I've never been interested in money.
Portia and Nerissa walk out of the trial room. Antonio and Bassanio embrace each other. All the other merchants are way too happy.
Let us all give them a huge round of applause for their impeccable performances. I will now request Mrs. Neha to kindly come and announce the results of the activities conducted.
Second, Shrija Mukherjee from class 10. She scored second position in role play.
Children, and especially a big good morning and thank you to all the participants and the teachers who have made it all happen. We saw the finished product, but so many hours and so many hands have gone behind the planning and the meticulous details, and I know all the trials they have faced to give us this presentation. Thank you very much. I am indeed very happy to be here today on this wonderful occasion and the week of Literary Fest. Now literature is also a form of art, just like painting, sculpture. Literature is also a form of art. I have a speech written down, but I'll tell you a mazadar kahani. I was very fond of books in my times. There were no TV, and of course TV was never black and white and only 2 hours in the evening. So like I read a lot of books. I remember it was my 5th